The whole idea of the red table is to be able to have a safe place where we can slowly but surely let down our guards, our masks.
Every meeting and every interaction I've had with Jada, I've wanted to go home and change something in my own life. The whole premise of the idea of having a generational conversation is exciting. Nobody's doing that.
Look at us.
I know, right?
We made it to the red table.
And yet again.
Thank you, ladies. We're three women from very different generations who are very opinionated. I mean, we have 100 years of life experience between us, right?
That's a lot when you think about it.
When you
that
think
way.
about it,
I'm always looking for a place where people can talk honestly, because everybody's going through something. And I just thought this was a beautiful way to do it. And I know she knows how to do it. And that's exciting to me. Your kids don't do what you say. They do what you do. And that's real talk.
Yeah.
This is not a show where you're taking a celebrity, throwing them in front of an audience and saying, yay, it's the Jada Pinkett Smith show. This is not that show.
When my parents are frustrated at something that I've done and they're afraid, that hits me hard. Like that makes me feel some kind of way, because I care about my parents and I care about what they think of me and I care about how they feel about me.
Well, that's the thing too. I realized in order to raise a healthy daughter, I have to be a healthy woman.
Jada, what was your toughest parenting moment?
Probably letting Jaden leave the house at 15.
The beauty for me to participate in a program like this is having the opportunity to figure it out with others. Really being able to sit with Willow and her friends, my mother and her friends, my friends, women, guys of different ages, just sitting and just talking about what's important to us.
This will be good. This is a teaching moment for you, because I know you don't know a lot about Gammy's history, or mine for that matter. You're 16 years old. Your grandmother was pregnant with me at 17 and was married to my father.
Wow. I found what made me really feel good, and that was the heroin.
Even when I was young, dealing with Willow was crazy, so I can only imagine how it was for you. Because Willow would torture me as well. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons also why I felt like, doing it in our home.
Yeah.
To just create an atmosphere of comfort, like instead of being like in a studio.
Willow and Talana, how should parents talk to their kids about sex?
Straight up, dude. There's no time to be beating around the... There's no time.
What about you, Talana? Because
Is it easy to get drugs?
All you need is a phone number.
I am fascinated by people's journeys. I love people's stories, because I tell you, you learn more from people's stories than someone actually giving you advice, to be honest.
And I woke up in the next morning and went into the other room and found them in my guest room. And
The guy you were seeing.
yes.
People on the social media would always say, oh, she's a lesbian, she's a this, she's a that. Seeing that really made me think, oh damn, like, am I? I guess no boys are gonna like me.
dealing with, everybody's thoughts about who we are, the rumors,
Yeah,
as far as the
exactly.
breakups, I don't know how many times Will and I have been on the verge of divorce.
But it's painful for me to see those comments about my family.
Yeah. And it's not a reflection of us, though. You got to remember that you can't expect to see yourself through a cracked lens.
Yes.
We were doing the red table yesterday, and a lot of stuff came up for me in regards to my own childhood. Talking to my mom about her recovery, her addiction, and really thinking about how we had no reference for the kind of family we were up to creating.
And I happen to say, quote, bitch, you living in a house I picked out. You said, it's my house now.
Oh, shit! But I want you to know, Will Smith, let me have it!
What was his take?
His take was, that is Trey's mother, and that's just not your place, was his position on that.
I think the hardest part is thinking I didn't give him what I wanted for him. I didn't give him what he needed. I didn't give him what his brother and sister had.
Growing up, like I really felt that, I felt people didn't care. Like I felt, I guess unloved at times, I did, but yeah.
There's a part of me that says I failed him.
Because I had this fantasy in my mind. I'm like, oh man, we're just gonna be one big happy family. We're gonna make this work. And Trey, this is gonna be seamless for him, you know? And it hasn't been, you know? And that, it's been difficult. We're all here doing this together. The more that we can love each other, be considerate of each other, be kind to each other, and just understand life is a university. We're basically here just learning. And so that's how I see the Red Table Talk as being an opportunity to grow together. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, just that I think that this show is a really great idea to really like help people, and you know, for people to watch and see how different families like really actually operate, and for people to, you know, want to talk to their families more.
'Cause I'm only human, and I bleed when I fall down. I'm only human, and I crash and I break down. Your words in my head, knives in my heart. You build me up and then I fall apart. 'Cause I'm only human.
I started drinking when I was 6.
What?